hydrogen, as I told you earlier also, that base has got only one function in the organic chemistry, that is to pick up the acidic hydrogen. So therefore in the in the nitric acid we have NOH group, where this H plus is the acidic hydrogen. So when you add NaOH, it will form sodium salt of nitric acid, and whereas when you add NaOH to the other test tube, it will not form any sodium salt, because that does not contain any acidic hydrogen. So therefore in one of the test tube the blue color will change into red color, and it is that test tube in which in which the sodium salt has been formed, whereas the test tube where no formation of sodium salt has taken place, in that test tube the color will remain blue. So the test tube in which the color change has taken place, that means from blue to red, that test tube is basically containing a 1 degree alcohol. So this is how we distinguish 1 degree, 2 degree and 3 degree alcohol. So this is all about the chemical properties of the alcohols also. The next concept we have is about the physical properties of alcohols. Now alcohols has a very unique property, that is of a very, very high boiling point. If suppose basically what you have is, suppose we have alkane, we have alcohol and we have ether. Now we say that out of alkanes, alcohols and ethers having same molecular masses, then we say that alcohols has the highest boiling point. The reason behind it is that the alcohols actually show H bonding, and that is why they have the higher boiling point than the alkanes, or you say ethers, but having same molecular mass also. If at all they have the difference in the molecular mass, then we have the concept is something like more is the molecular mass, more is the boiling point. Now actually there is one more method of preparation of the alcohols, which actually I forgot to discuss while discussing about the preparations of alcohols, but I told you we will discuss in detail about it, that is the ozonolysis reaction of alkenes. I told you in the brief introduction of the preparation of alcohols that there is one more method, which is the ozonolysis of alkenes. We will discuss it in detail, but somehow I missed it. Now I am going to tell you about it. Now in the basically ozonolysis reaction, the raw material which we have is the alkene, and what we do is, first of all I am telling you the basic concept of this ozonolysis, what we do and how do we carry out this reaction. What we do is, we first of all pass the ozones, or first of all we pass the alkene through the ozone solution at somewhere 190 Kelvin. So what it does is that it first of all forms monoozonide, which is actually unstable. So therefore it undergoes some rearrangement, and hence it forms ozonide. Now the important point over here is that this ozonide which will be formed as a result of the ozonolysis of alkene, it can be oxidized as well as it can be reduced. Now when you carry out the oxidation, basically the product formed are the carboxylic acids and ketones, whereas when you carry out the reaction or you carry out the reduction of the ozonide, then it will fetch you alcohols, aldehydes, ketones, etc. So basically again you can see the nature of the product or the fate of the product is being decided by the type of the reagent. So I would like to convey one thing over here is that in the organic chemistry, it is the most important is the role of the reagent which actually takes place, because once you know the reagent, once you know what is the reagent, what it is gonna do in the reaction, then you can easily form the product. So that is why it is always being from my side it is always being advised that you should remember the reagents rather than reactions, because many a time student usually keeps on mugging up the organic reactions, and at the end of the day when you ask any reaction, he or she is nowhere about the reactions. So it is always being advised rather to learn the reactions. First of all, you should know the reagents. If you know the reagents very well, means the function of the reagents also, then you can do any reaction very easily. You need not to learn any of the reaction in the organic chemistry. Organic chemistry is basically totally conceptual based, mechanism based. And for the mechanisms, I have given you the layout also, that when a particular kind of a reactant is there, then what kind of a reaction you should do.